Nobody saw this coming. A major chapter has just come to an end for the Chicago Fire. Hugo Quipers, the man who proudly wore the number 9 jersey, is leaving the club to join Mexican giants CF Monterrey. Before leaving, he handed over his iconic number 9 to one of the greatest strikers in football history, Robert Lewandowski. But this story is about much more than a jersey number. How did Hugo Quipers become one of the most reliable strikers in Major League Soccer? What made him so important to Chicago Fire? And why are so many fans calling his departure a huge loss for the club? Stay with me until the end, because we'll take a look at the incredible journey of a player who left a lasting mark on Chicago Fire. Let's get started. Before becoming one of the most respected forwards in MLS, Hugo Quipers had to earn everything. Nothing was handed to him. Born in Belgium, Quipers wasn't considered a teenage superstar. He wasn't one of those young players making headlines at 16 or 17. Instead, he built his career through hard work, patience, and consistency. He developed his game step by step, learning from every challenge and improving every single season. His biggest breakthrough came in Belgium, with K.A. Gent. That's where he truly showed the kind of striker he had become. A clinical finisher, an intelligent mover inside the penalty area, and a forward who could constantly trouble defenders. Week after week, he proved he could score goals, create chances, and lead the attack. His performances quickly attracted interest from clubs outside Belgium. Eventually, Chicago Fire decided to make their move. The club believed Quipers had everything needed to become the new face of their attack. But when he first arrived in MLS, not everyone was convinced. Some fans questioned whether he could adapt to the league's physical style, its fast pace, and the pressure that comes with being the club's main striker. Those doubts didn't last very long. His adaptation was almost immediate. Game after game, he started finding the back of the net. Confidence kept growing. His teammates trusted him. The coaching staff relied on him. And little by little, the fans realized they had found their number 9. Not just a goal scorer, but a leader on the pitch. A player who was always willing to fight for every ball, press defenders, and make the difference when his team needed him the most. By the end of his time in Chicago, Hugo Quipers had become much more than just another striker. He had become one of the club's most important players. But Hugo Quipers' impact was never just about scoring goals. Yes, he found the back of the net. Yes, he delivered important victories. But his influence went far beyond the statistics. Whenever Chicago needed someone to hold up the ball, create space, or lead the front line, Quipers was there. His movement inside the box forced defenders to stay alert at all times. His pressing, his work rate, and his determination made life easier for every player around him. Even in games where he didn't score, his presence completely changed the way Chicago attacked. That's what separates a good striker from a truly valuable one. And that's exactly what Hugo Quipers became. As the months went by, he earned the respect of his teammates, the coaching staff, and most importantly, the fans. For many supporters, the number 9 jersey became synonymous with Hugo Quipers. He wasn't just wearing the shirt. He represented the club's ambition, its fighting spirit, and its desire to compete. So, why leave now? For Hugo Quipers, this move represents another major step in his career. CF Monterrey isn't just another club. It's one of the biggest and most successful teams in North America. A club that regularly competes for trophies, plays in front of passionate fans, and has enormous expectations every single season. Opportunities like this don't come around very often. At 29 years old, Quipers now has the chance to test himself in a new environment and continue writing the next chapter of his career. Of course, Chicago Fire fans would have loved to keep him. Losing your starting striker is never easy, especially when that player has become such an important part of the team. But football is constantly changing. Players arrive, players leave, and sometimes a new challenge becomes impossible to turn down. Looking back, it's clear that Hugo Quipers leaves Chicago Fire with his head held high. He arrived with big expectations. He embraced the pressure. He scored important goals. He worked tirelessly for the team, and he earned the respect of everyone around the club. His journey in Chicago may be over, but his legacy will not be forgotten anytime soon. Now, a brand new adventure begins in Monterrey. A new league, a new challenge, and another opportunity to prove why he's one of the most reliable forwards in North American football. The only question now is, will Chicago Fire be able to replace a player like Hugo Quipers? Or will his absence be felt for a very long time? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest MLS news. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.